mess anymore. I mean, normally I just hold tight until the moment passes, but today I'm like, no, I do really need to actually sort this out. So I've had a weekend of tidying and sorting, and it's been very fabulous. How are you? Did you have a good weekend? Have you enjoyed the sunshine? Has it been gorgeous? It's been really, really lovely here. And what else have you been up to? Tell me everything. Tell me everything. Today we have got brand new Liberty fabrics on the show for you. We have got chambrays that look gorgeous with them. We've got sort of half metre heaven type affairs for you today. And that's beautiful. Just beautiful. We've got so much. We've got 2 different makes today. And then I thought, well, do you know what? They're little makes. So what we'll do is we'll do a 3 for 2 on patterns. So have a look at today's patterns. They're lovely, lovely makes. Quick, easy, look great, really useful. Everything that you've come to expect from us, what you need from a pattern, we have got that sorted for you. And so then you could buy, say, the 2 patterns on today's show, and then have a rummage around and pick a pattern that you've not had before that you want to have a go at. Remember that our patterns have they have the date that we demoed them. Oh, bit of fluff there. So you can always find the demo there, and yeah, then you're good to go, aren't you? It's easy, really easy. Let's say a little hello to everyone this morning. I'm gradually clearing my desk. Hey, you know that we've had these chambrays? Look, this is how many. We started off with just a few, but they were so incredibly popular. You can see the newest ones. But they've been so incredibly popular that we now stock that many different chambrays, and they are absolutely gorgeous. So if you want a slightly more muted tone, then these are just absolutely stunning. Let's have a little look on Facebook and see if anybody's with us today. Who's there? Who's there today? Ba, 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 ba. Oh. Good morning. Jane's here, Ginny's here. Jane's here, good morning everyone. Claire's here, happy sunny Monday. Is it morning, says Jan. Self-induced bleh here. Jan, it is the most beautiful morning. Absolutely stunning morning. So that's the one. But remember, 3 for 2 on patterns today. What are we making today? We are going to make... This was requested. This was requested by my neighbour, who said to me, is there any chance that you could do... She wanted a lanyard to have round her neck. She runs a business and... Hang on. She's like, I don't need my glasses all the time, but I keep losing them. Can I have something that you can pop round your neck and have pens one side and glasses the other? Well, that's an easy make. That's very, very easy. So yes, but I thought not everyone's going to want that round the neck. She does, because she can then sit at her desk and have it there. But I thought if we did it with... Well, you can choose then your choice of clip. So it might be that you just want it on your bag. So you've always got pens and you've always got your glasses. But it's one of those really, really useful things. Certainly when I was teaching, I could never, ever have enough pens. And kids always used to borrow my pens, and if I needed my glasses. So having had this, if I had this on my bag, that would have been really, really, really useful. So just think where you might use it, because you're going to use it. And then the other make... What is the other make? Oh, the other make is this. I love this. I really love this because I love a journal, and I have to, whenever I start anything new, I have to have a new book. I've got journals that have only got like 5 pages used in them throughout my house. But this one, you see, this one will protect the corner of my pages as well, and you can add a tassel should you wish. So you can have it just as a normal bookmark, that's fine, or if you want to keep your page and know where you are. Emily journals as well. So we've got tassels on today's show. We've got all sorts of bits and bobs, but useful. useful things. We also do a version of this. Let me find it for you. Oh no, it's upstairs on my bed because I was actually using it. Which just has pens on one side and you put the elastic round your book. So if you wanted to have sort of all the useful things in one, maybe that's going to be the extra pattern that you go for. It was bucket hat weather this weekend. Maybe you're going to have your third one. Maybe your third pattern's going to be your bucket hat. It's up to you. Or maybe, I have to say, these are my spare ones. These are going upstairs into the bathroom here. But I made a stash of these. So what I realised was, does anybody else do this? Or is it just me, that in your tidying up of your workspace or your craft room or whatever, you end up finishing off the projects that you'd only got part done? So I had obviously used some of the grey for my bib. And I'm like, oh, what am I going to use that for? So what I did was, if I put them on, oh, they're here. These ones that I just moved and put here. So what I did was these. I did a whole stack. And these are going back to Cornwall with me. I did a whole stack of just cut 5. Well, there's a little video online for these. And if you're a member, then you'll get the template. I'm just going to pop the video and the template up for you. Because these, if you've got any charms left from a charm pack, I did all of these. So every single, I used up one of the charm packs from the Friday deals. It was mine. I'd bought myself an extra one because I thought how pretty they were. And this will go so beautifully in my bathroom. You can do all of those with a 1/2 metre of our bamboo toweling. And it feels so soft. I have used these sorts of things for years now. So to take my makeup off, I'll put a little bit of coconut oil all over my face, bit of rose water on there, comes off an absolute treat. And it just feels beautiful. Then throw that in the wash. Bosh, done. So these are going here, these are going there. I've just got to divvy the two up. And make and sell. They will sell beautifully, absolutely beautifully. Do you want to see the new fabrics that we have got today for you? Now, there are a few that we couldn't decide how to do them in terms of with which colour because they went so beautifully with a couple. So we've done you a couple of options for you to choose from. Ooh, hand cream. Need to get some more of that. It's dangerously low. And so let's have a look. We have got, this is the Liberty Newland Springs. If you love a ditzy, Jane does love a ditzy. If you love a non-directional, you see all this bamboo, then this is the one, because it's just lovely, and that just works so well with that. So that will be Gemma is loading them as we speak because Jane and I took our time deciding what colours we wanted with these. Corner cover bookmark. Thank you, Gemma. Yeah. That's what they are, corner cover bookmark. I don't know what I called it. Obviously not the right thing. So this is your Liberty Newlands Springs. And then this one, I love this one. And it's got this ochre colour in the background there. But I've put this was where Jane and I couldn't decide. So I loved it with the aqua. I think because I'd been making a sample with it with the aqua. Not that there's any aqua in it, but it's that sort of tone. But Jane loved it with the yellow chambray because there is the yellow in there. So that was her choice. We couldn't decide, so we did both. So you can choose and have it with the aqua or with the yellow chambray. Now, this is your sweet pea and spot from Liberty. Shall we go on a close-up with these? I feel like these need a little close-up. And that's gone with our lightest pink chambray, which we rather love. And see these ones. So you pick this one and decide which one you want it to go with. The sun is so bright outside, it's actually affecting the colours in here a little bit today and making them a little bit darker, weirdly. And then this purple is absolutely in here. It just lightens and lifts and really pops the pink. And then this, oh, this one's lovely. And it's got the Liberty flagship store on there, but in all different directions. And we've put that one at Navy, with Navy. Because they've done the front of the Liberty shop in Navy. So we wanted to pick that out. And then this was another one that we couldn't choose. How pretty. How pretty are those tulips. Love tulips. Jane wanted to put it with pink. So she's put it with the fuchsia chambray. And I wanted it with green. So we've put it... Just these greens for me are so, so pretty. But then you see equally, that could have gone with the pink chambray, with the light pink chambray. That would have been equally pretty. I mean, look. If you've got these chambrays, they are such great value. Normally, I've had chambrays. When Tilda does chambrays, they actually come in more expensive than her printed fabrics. So to find these at this price was an absolute winner. If you would like all of these together, and I sort of did them so they work as a collection. Those to one side. We do have these on a little discount if you would like the full shebang. The full shebang. Then they can be yours at a little discount. If you want to have upgrade it to a half metre, then just put 2 in your bag, and we will cut those to a half metre. It's really easy. There we go. Now, that's what Jane's making tomorrow, by the way. It's a real lovely technique-based show tomorrow with Jane. So she's going to show you how to do prairie points, which I can never remember. And we love. Okay. Let's have a look at, because I've been having a tidy, I've got some bits and bobs. Little bits and bobs. Now, I found, this is the solar LED light. It's got a little solar thing on the top. I have these, we've got a little woody bit, and I have these, and it just means I don't have to worry about batteries. It's a solar fairy light, so you put that in the top of your bottle, and then the light during the day charges it, and then you've got it on your walkway or wherever at night. The other thing that I had to show you were these. How gorgeous these. You get a set of 5, either in like a metallic finish or a pastel finish. But again, these are these spring clips. And I think they work beautifully with the dog poo bags, because they then clip that onto your lead and away you go. Let me just show you these on a close-up. They're sprung. I just think they're absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I love these very, very much. These are all in today's collection, by the way. So when you have a look at today's collection at natashamakes.com, you will find them there. Gemma will have tagged them. If you go to the Make It Monday page, everything on today's show is there, because we've got a lot of knick-knackery on the show. I don't really want to know how auto captions have just said that. But lots of hardware and things like that. Because for today's make, for example, there's a little bit of elastic there. You might not want one of these, which is fine. I know a lot of you have bought them when we've had them on the Friday deals, because they're really, really useful. You can use them instead of D-rings. But you might want, instead, to just go straight in with a lobster claw on a D-ring. So you'd put that in when you sew it, and then you can clip that on anywhere. And you might want to have done that instead. And we've got these. These are just really handy. And these are also really handy for your bag handles as well. So if you've got, say, some webbing or anything like that, then you can just... I've got these in silver, look. I'm excited this morning. We've got so many things to show you. You can easily make yourself a little handle with these and clip them on to whatever you need. So it might be that you do have this and then you clippity clip that on, and then you can change maybe your lanyard. There's lots of different options for you today, and also make and sell. These are real good make and sell. We're getting into that season, aren't we, where all the craft fairs start to happen. So you're going to need to make and sell, make and sell. Oh, Blodwin's here. Good morning. Cynthia's here. Greetings. I had a lovely weekend. 2 days of sunshine and Mother's Day on Sunday. Yes, of course. In America, it's in a different day. So happy Mother's Day to you. And Derbyshire Dice this morning. Oh, sunshine here in Derbyshire. Having a late get up today. Watching you with a wonderful Liberty. The Liberty is beautiful. The Liberty is really beautiful. If you're putting these on your bag, by the way, why not use one of the screw and D-rings? We showed all of these, and we talked about these a lot on our Natasha Makes Designs. What was it? What did we have? Workshop last week. They come in pairs. And again, it just means that you're not spending lots and lots and lots constantly on hardware, because they screw in, screw out. So you can then have different coloured hardware to go with your bags, and they can intersperse. It's brilliant. I just like my glasses. I've got a thing about sunglasses. I've got so many pairs, but I think I'm going to have to actually get contact lenses so I can wear them all and still read stuff. Because that's the thing, isn't it? I have got... Now this was the other thing, because you can put a split ring on here. I've got 4 of these key rings left, and they're just fun. So maybe if you're just putting this on your bag, let me show you this little charm key ring. This is the trouble with the little knick-knackery bits, is that you can't necessarily see them. So you've got a, what's that called, tassel? Got a little gem. You've got a jacket with three little beads on. You've got a sewing machine with diamante type rhinestoney things, and you've got some scissors. So you could have that on your bag with your charms, and away you go. Really gorgeous. With other makes, but I've only got 4 of those left, by the way. That's it. That is it. We have got these tassels. I love these tassels. They are assorted. You get 20 of them. And I've used these on my bags. So many. Hang on, let me grab you one of the bags. Because you can add a little. You can add a split ring or anything, and then add them to your bags, to your wash bags, to anything. They're just really useful, really, really, really useful, and they make a make. Do you know what I mean? It's not the best English, is it? But they really make a make. And then, oh, this is a nice bundle. You can use these for creating your lanyard again. Did I leave one open? Because that would have been sensible, wouldn't it? I seem to have plugged everything in here. No, maybe I didn't. I'll open this one. Come on, let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a little look-see. Just anything rainbow, I get all overexcited by. Now, this would be one side of your bag if you were to do a bag, but also this works really beautifully if you're making dog collars. I know a lot of you make dog collars, in which case you've got your tag, you've got that for your lead, and then that. But then also if you bag make, then you've got your D-ring, you've got beautiful, these are big chunky bits as well, and then you've got that to do your adjustable strap. There we go. And if you bought 2 for your bag, then you'd have one of those left over, wouldn't you, for another make? But if you want it for a dog collar, Minnie's just had a new dog collar, so you know, now that she's a woman. Where is she? She's been so clingy. She's having her first season and she is so clingy. I can't begin to tell you. Oh. Also on today's show, I think I've got 3 of these left, which are your split rings and lobster swivel clasps. Got 3 of those. I've got, yeah, there they are. That's what I've got left of those. I've got this pack. I've got 1 pack of tassels that are like this. These were left over from a Friday deal that I sold out, which made me think that maybe we didn't count properly and we had 1 left over. But look, they're ever so pretty. Let me open. But I'm just thinking at the bottom of your bookmarks. Because they've got this, they've got a, it's not a button. That is a, what's the word I want? Bead. And then you've got this lovely detailing there that looks like a flower. So you've got those in all the colours for your tassels. I am tassel-tastic today. Tash's Tassel-tastic show. Ooh, what else have I got? I told you, it's like a little Aladdin's cave in here. It doesn't look like there's much, but there is a lot. I have also got, these are back in stock. These sell out every time. Now, these are brilliant because, again, you can put your, I'd go for probably a split ring, the purple one. Purple split ring on there, and then you've got a lobster. But then you've also got a little mini lobster clasp there. So maybe you could add a little charm or something if you wanted. But these are also perfect if you've gone for any of our zip charms, because you can always add a little extra something as well if you wanted. I don't know how much you like to accessorise with these things. That's one of the poor ones. We had some rabbit ones this weekend, which were lovely on our Friday Makes. But you've got the whole rainbow here, which is lovely. These are so useful. If you make any of our cork makes, these are really useful. These are all incredibly useful things for your cork makes as well. Not just the bag handles and things like that, but they are all incredibly useful for all of those sorts of makes. We've got some ombre tassels. Oh, these. I love these as well. So I think if it were me making for me, I got a little bit obsessed with these. I don't know if Gemma's got these tagged on today's show. You get 2 rose gold, 2 silver, 2 gold. I've got some rainbow ones coming, but they are way more expensive. And they are little snaps. These. So I've been putting these on. So they've got, look, you've got your that's not a split ring. What's that called? Oh, I can't remember what that's called in jewellery making terms. But that would go, say, for example, what have I just done with it? Literally just had them. Bear with me, Paula. So say you've got these. Then you could add it onto here, and they close. If you got, in fact I don't know if Jane's listening, we've got 1 pair left of the pliers with the little ring. I never showed you the little ring where you can open and shut these with, but this would just mean that, say you did that just with a split ring, you could add that on. And then if you had a key, like your front door key or something, you could pop that on there as well. And then that could tuck in down with your pens. But it means that it does so many more things. I think that's the real beauty of it. Oh, thank you, Jane. Yes. don't know how many we've got left, if this is the last one. We can always get more, but so these are the pliers, but it's this that I never showed you, and I just wanted to because let me get one of my pliers. What you would do, I don't know if you jewellery make. You probably do. This is probably teaching grandmother to suck eggs. But when you need to open or close one of these, you see you can put it in whichever one of those it needs to be, and you can then use that to then close it. So that will sit in there, and you can do it sort of on whichever finger or thumb works for you. But it just means that that is held and that is secure for you to then work against it with your pliers. I need to do an up close video of that one so you can see. And they are all these little up close videos that I've been doing. They're all being loaded. The Cork Makes is so close to going live. Josh, are we going to send that live today? He's gone. Are we going to do the Cork Makes, send that page live today?
We just need a couple of little intro videos.
It's on me. I've just got to do a couple of videos. I can do those today. And then that page is live. And that will be very exciting for any of you Natasha Makes design members. You will then get to have a good old rummage through. But having little things like this, they make all the difference. One of the videos that you will get has got the cable tidies. And I put a lot of these on my cable tidies. I just think they look fabulous. And again, perfect gifting things, make and sell. All that kind of gubbins. Oh, now these sell out every time we get them in, and I've got a few in. Now these are the, I want to say, I always get the wrong name. Fish head, fish nose. If you just put fish tassel, that'll come up. I don't know if fish don't have noses, do they? But look how beautiful. You've got that detailing on there and the little bead. I put one of these on, oh hang on, let me show you. Because I suddenly thought actually, it's overkill for a small journal, but if for my A4 ones, look how that suddenly makes that really rather wit-woo. So, yeah, those fish tassels are absolutely stunning. Gemma's just messaging me. I bet you she's going to tell me what sort of fish-based tassel it is. Fish head, because they don't have noses. Nobody knows, but they don't have noses. Anyway, we've got some of those, if you've missed out on those in the past. What else is in the box? Oh, and I've also got a last one of the silicone fingers, so that you don't burn your fingers when you're pressing stuff. Last pack of those. Again, I think that was a situation whereby we underloaded by one, because we've had just one sitting there for ages. That's generally what happens. I'll put those back in my little show box. So do I have anything to sell everybody today, to show you all? Oh, and these, I've got to show you this. I've got to show you this up close, because I bought these to go with the luggage tags. And this is, oh, these are just so lovely. They're not cheap. I'm just going to get that out there straight away. These are $5.99, but you've got your cord to go around your neck. You've got beautiful brass detailing. You've got cowhide there. Then you've got your cord. You've got antique D-rings there and a split ring there. So we did those for the luggage tags, but actually for today's make, that would be quite gorgeous. Because you could pop that on there and then you've got that for your key or whatever. I mean, you'd make it in a different colour. It doesn't necessarily go with the pink, but these are, it suddenly makes it rather expensive and fancy looking. I don't have loads of those. But yeah, we did them for the luggage tag / ID ones. That was where those went. gorgeous. Right. Let's pop these away. And let's have a little make, shall we? Remember, it is 3 for 2. 3 for 2 on your patterns today. Our patterns are our biggest sellers, always. They are. I always get surprised when I have to do my VAT return. I'm always surprised at how many patterns we sell. So thank you. I mean, we work incredibly hard at our patterns, but we've got the system now. We've got it. We know what we're doing with it, and it works. The system works, and we like that very, very, very much. So I will. Well, and Jane. So we will write and take photographs step by step by step, send them all across to Gemma, who then makes them look pretty, and then they get rigorously checked for grammar, for amounts and all that. Occasionally one slips through the net, but it is rare. We have got it. But if you buy a digital download, if we ever do make a change or upgrade them or change anything on them, then you'll automatically get sent the revised version. So I know a lot of you like to have and I'm the same. I would be the one that would be like, oh yes, I will just have, I'll have the paper version, please. I like a paper version. But if you can manage on a digital, then if ever anything gets updated, you'll instantly be sent one. Let's make this lanyardy thing, shall we? We have got these, which is, this is a cotton twill. You use it for aprons, really. That's what it is. We've got it in various different colours. I'm going to just make a very quick lanyard for this, just to show you how easy it is. We've got millions of different fobs on our website. You can get them with the pliers. In fact, have I got my pliers? Have I got my pliers to hand? Don't know. Let's do a silver fob. If you've got pliers, brilliant. I've tidied, haven't I? So of course now I don't know where anything is. However, including possibly my hammer. If you don't, hammer will do. It will do. It's not going to be as good as your fob pliers, but it will do the job. In which case you're going to want to take this off. So take your split ring off. Probably hammer onto something soft. I normally sort of squeeze these a little bit as far as I can, sort of shut, and then you want to go in and hammer afterwards. Let me spin this around so it's actually around the right way for me. You can see I'm not very good with a hammer. This is why I use pliers. But there you go, that would very easily solve the what do I attach this with situation. Because if you wanted to make this into a lanyard, then there you go. That's it done. Nice and easy. And I still almost have all my fingers, which is fine. So let's take a look at this then. I am just going to bring up my measurements because I made a few of these just to get the measurements right with what I was happy with. So let's have a little look. And also what fabrics you want to do these in. That's the other question. Because there's so many options. There are so many options. I'm going to stick with this for my main fabric because I just think it is so pretty. I absolutely love this. And I've got my iron on. Doing all right. We are doing all right. And so let's choppity chop this. Oh, isn't it beautiful? I just love it. I just love it. I just think it is so pretty. Let's chop these ends off, tidy up those ends. And then we're going to interface, but only one side. So you've got front and back. Front, back. That's what these two pieces are. Can I give that a quick... Oh, look. I think I showed you these the other day, but I hadn't fully tested it. These are brilliant because you can wash them. Look, it hasn't dried out yet. And then you can wash them and then reuse them. So they take off the fluff. And I wasn't sure. Jane and I were like, will they though? Honestly, it just washes off and then it's sticky again. It does need to dry, but I was like, that is brilliant. They will be coming to a Friday deal near you. We did have, and I don't know if we've got any left, lint rollers that had sticky lint roller one side and then like the sort of veloury polyestery one the other, so that it never, again, it would be one that never ran out. I don't know if we've got any more of those left. Now, we are going to cut this, and we're going to cut it a little bit shorter. And we're going to make sure that we've then got space either end, just so that there's not lots of bulk at the base. You don't really need lots of bulk at the base. I don't mind bulk at the sides. I don't mind a few layers. I've used, this is a use up your scraps job. If you've had any of our interfacing scrap bags, go and have a look, go and have a rummage. H640 or H630. H630 will be really, really good for this. But I don't have any of my scraps here for H630. And you're not going to interface both sides, but what you will now do is put a little line of tape, just checking I've got that directionally the right way around, on the top here. I've had my pinking shears out to do all those eye makeup wipes. They're brilliant. Those makeup wipes are just ace. So we want to then just fold that over. And again here. Just fold it over if you need to give that a quick press. Then do. I'm going to pop those to one side. Oh yeah, look, that cotton draw looks lovely with it. Good, 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 good. Okay, so next we're going to do the sides now. What colours should we do them in? We can do them in another Liberty. Oh, we could have that. Or we could have the light pink. Oh, it's all going to be so beautiful. Or we could do that in the blue. The royal, oh, the blue looks beautiful with this. Honestly, these, all of these chambrays just look really beautiful with each of them. So if you haven't had a chambray yet, have a little look, because they are rather fabulous. They go with the Tildas, they go with the Liberty fabrics. We've got some Kaffe due in either this week or next, so we'll be able to tell you how that looks as well. Just need a little bit there. You can use any non-directional fabric here. You could go in with your Liberty. We do have beautiful non-directional Liberties. In fact, do you know which one I haven't used yet? Oh, let's have that on one side. That on one side and the plain pink on the other. If you're getting your half meter heaven of this, then you will have this with the lighter pink anyway. So that would work an absolute treat. There is a slight size discrepancy between the pen side and the glasses side, and again that has been just a pattern rework of I made one and I did it the same size both sides. So actually I want the pen slightly further down. Anyway, it's just boring, but it worked better. You don't need to know all the boring process. That's why you buy the patterns. But it's because I've changed. If I don't change the, put this to one side. If I don't change the sizings, then I'm all right. But if I start changing the sizes at any point, I've got to start writing stuff down. That's not happening. I can remember one thing, but two, forget it. Right. Should we have the glasses with the Liberty and the pens with the other? We'll cut one then the other. And this is where I need to right. So for the, we said this was going to be the glasses case, didn't we? That's my glasses case, in which case I'm going to need let's interface that now before we forget. So we're interfacing, we're coming a 1/4 of an inch up off that bottom, just to avoid a little bit of bulk. And then folding that over, you can give that a little press. And we'll give that a top stitch in a minute. So that's, I know that's my glasses because it's got that extra floofy bit of padding. Now, for my pen side, the pen side does not need extra floof, let me tell you. It's going to be fine. You don't need to interface it at all. However, if you are choosing to interface it, and I did, then what I would say is just go with, I think I might have cut some and put it to one side. Did I? Just go with medium or firm. I'm sure I cut some. Maybe I didn't. I was trying out a new pattern, can you see? We'll take a little bit here, shall we? What size did I need to do this? Oh, here we go. Oh, and there is the piece. There is the piece. Brilliant. Excellent, well done me. Right, and again leaving just a 1/4 of an inch there. Then fold this back on itself. You can give it a quick press before you take it to the sewing machine. We're actually going to sew something now. It's all sewing from here on in. So that's all you're cutting. And then, this might be a 2-make show today. Just pop stitch along there. And then we're going to layer them up. Everything is under here, isn't it? Here we go. And it doesn't matter what order, but have the right side facing up. And then going to layer these up here. And then this one, it's like a sandwich on top. Goes there. You might want to clip this. I sewed along that bottom seam first, but it doesn't really matter. If you're someone that has a compensator foot, you might want to bring that out now to play. And then when you sew up sides, just making sure that those top bits are level. Okay, so from here, just trim any excess there and there. Just checking I've caught everything. You can always, if you've slid off or you haven't quite caught everything in all your layers, then that's fine. Just turn it through. You can go back in and you can always just sew a slightly wider seam allowance if needs to. This is the time to get out your knitting needle. And I did it this way so that if you wanted to make both sides the same, like that. This is my glasses one here, and this is my pen one here. But if you wanted to make the pen one the same height, and then put a popper on there so they don't fall out, you can do that too. Like, this is a really, really versatile make. Give that a little press. And then that's our top there. We're going to stitch that shut, but not before we have gotten ourselves. This is the elastic that I used for the elasticated lanyard. Brilliant. It's 1 inch wide. Perfect. Works an absolute treat. Where did I put my show box? Where did I put my show box? Because, for example, you can use all of these and they're gorgeous, but equally if you just want to use a lobster swivel D-ring, you you can use one of those too. And that works just as well. Honestly, it does. And you're just going to centre that. And sew across the top. And there it is. So then, if you have made yourself a little lanyard, you can always take that off and use it on something else, or keep it for your keys or whatever, and then that can just go on there. Pop your glasses on one side, pens in the other, like we've got here, and away you go. You're laughing. Super quick and easy. Just trim those edges. And because we had the quarters wash away on the top there, then you're not struggling to turn under anything. And this is what I mean. Quick, easy and effective. That is a lovely gift. It's a lovely gift. You might want to click that onto your bag so that you've always got whatever you need there. It's up to you. And if you did want to put a popper on, then obviously you'd put the popper on before you sew across the top. Very, very versatile. Let's then have a little look at the this one, the corner cover bookmark. Because again, this is a really lovely make. And again, I can't remember the measurements because I did this. I made this last week. So how can I even begin to remember such a thing? Gemma kept sending me a message because she was writing up the pattern this morning. She goes, do I need any interfacing? No. And do I need any of that? No. Do I need any of that? No. Do I need any of that? Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Honestly, this is a scrap buster, if ever there was one. What I would say with it is it's going to work best with a non-directional fabric. I'm going to go in with mine. Eek! I love this one. I just love it. Love it, love it so much. Okay. So you want to trim your... Now remember, these, you can get these in a fat quarter bundle. That's absolutely fine. You get so many out of a fat quarter. And if you double it, then we will do you a ½ metre bundle instead. So if you put in each one in, there's a little saving on there. Always using my Strapology ruler because it's just so easy. All your measurements are in your pattern. And your patterns are 3 for 2. Cannot say that enough. 3 for 2. We bring you 3 new patterns pretty much every single week. Pretty much. Which is just incredible, really. Oh, you know what I was going to say to you? And that is, if you want to use a little bit of your starch spray, you should do that before you cut. I forgot. Yeah, we bring you 3 new patterns nearly every week. It's a lot of patterns. So have a go, see what you think. So this really is just sort of a folded technique, really. Very, very, very simple. So let's fold this diagonally. Let's do this the right way around from there. Right, fold this diagonally there. And give that a press. And that's where you best press, really, so that you don't distort. And then you're going to flip that Oh no, I was right. I was doing it the right way round before. Don't mind me. Do it that way. And then have I done that the right way round? No, I do need to. Honestly, I did this right first time round. Follow the pictures. I'm going to follow the pictures because I did this when I made it as well. I was like, is it this way? Is it that way? It's got to be this way. It's got to be this way because we flip it later. So fold it that way. So top right down there. I'm making something incredibly easy, look very difficult, but I'm not actually, I wasn't following my own instructions. And this is why we have them, because it doesn't matter if you made this yourself. I wrote this pattern last week and already I've forgotten which way around to do it. So we've got this folded and then we're going to stitch down both sides. However, if you want to pop a tassel on, and I would really advise that you do, because it's lovely. It's really lovely. I do like a good tassel. Then find your halfway mark. You can sew them in afterwards, but what sort of tassel do we want? That is the question today. What sort of tassel do we fancy? Ooh. What have I got? What have I got? What colours have I got in here? Do you think I could? Oh, yes. I might go with the green to pick out the green in there. Now, if that's going to be the case, then I'm going to need a needle to just thread that through with. When you use your fish head, not fish nose, it's not a fish nose, for goodness sakes, don't call it a fish nose. Who would do that? Fishes don't have noses. They have gills. I know this. I do know this. I'm going to want another needle. Get one with a big enough head. I had one on my... This is the thing. I've tidied, haven't I? Oh, wow, look, a doll's needle. That's going to be complete overkill. Will it work? What needle did I use when I did this the other day then? What have I done with that? I've tidied. I've blinking tied. Don't tidy. For goodness sakes, just make something else. Don't tidy. An absolute waste of time tidying is. You can't find anything afterwards. Can't get that through that needle head. Where's my big needles? What have I done with them all? Like an embroidery needle or something here would do the trick. It's the most boring TV, isn't it, ever? Just watch Natasha attempt a needle. Where are my needle threaders as well? That's the other thing. Where are they in my time of need? Do you know what I'm going to do? Get yourself a needle that actually works. Because this makes this bit much easier. Cut yourself a little slit along there. No, have I, Ek Jane? Have you got something fabulous?
Is that big enough?
I think that's the size I've just been using. Oh no, maybe it's bigger. Oh, I don't know. You know when you do it off air and it just does it immediately?
Yeah, straight away.
No. And then you just can't manage to do it on air. It's one of those, Jane. With a needle, this is much easier. Now everything's magnetised. But you just, and all you want to do is just poke those ends through the bottom of your bookmark. That's it. That's it. And just decide how much tassel and length you want going on there. There we are. That's what I want. Try and keep your tassels out the way. And if you're putting a tassel in, you're going to sew down one side, across the bottom, and up the other. Shorten your stitch when you get here. Oh, hang on, I'll just show. Why don't I just show you? That'd be easier, wouldn't it? It is all in the instructions. I made sure of it because you know I do that. So let's sew down one side. And you're going to sew across that bottom. But when you sew across, I've shortened my stitch length and I'm going to fold that bit back. When you go over it, you can go over it a couple of times just to make sure that you've actually sewn that tassel in. Because there's nothing worse than sewing in a tassel and then it unsewing. That'd be very annoying. Then move your tassel to one side to then come and sew up that last edge. This is 4 straight lines of sewing. Honestly, easiest thing in the world. And then if you just take away any extra bits. And there is, when you come to turn it through, there is only one way that you can turn it through. And again, get those lovely edges out. You're going to give this a press, but you're going to flip that over and cover that raw edge. That's why when I started turning it, I was like, oh no, it looks like it's right, but it's not actually. And this will then cover so you won't have any raw edges. But give it a little press first. And then you just sew round. Oh look, I've got the house the right way round. That seam right on that bottom edge. Beautifully. And in sewing around again, you get the chance to sew in that tassel. Keeps jumping off my screen today. So just top stitch, this does not need to be you can top stitch all the way around, or if you want to, you can just top stitch across that top edge. You might want to use it with a beautiful decorative stitch. Just going to make sure that little bit of raw edge is just tucked in under there. And there you have it. Little thread slipping away. And there you have your Liberty bookmark. Bear with me while I get my journal. Of course, you could cover this. You could cover this with a matching Liberty fabric, or a contrasting one, or in one of the chambrays. Look at that. How gorgeous is that? What a lovely gift. If you've got someone that loves reading, then this is absolutely the thing for them. There we go. So yeah, find a needle with a big enough head. That's what I would say to you, because it makes life a lot easier. These do have sort of a thicker thread to them. The smaller tassels go in super easy, like these ones. They're finer. But yeah, have fun with them and enjoy it and use up your scraps. Make and sell. You can make and sell with ours, as long as you're not saying that it's your, it's your pattern, and as long as you're not selling our pattern, then that's absolutely fine. Make and sell, have some fun. We've got the liberties, we've got the chambrays that go with them. We've got all the different attachments and bits and bobs and everything else. Also, have a look. I don't know if these have sold out, but these are brilliant. These are the silicone holders, and it just means that everything stands up. You've got them where you need them. I'm going to put one in my bathroom and have all my makeup brushes in them as well. We had, when we came to air, we had 3 left of these, which were the Friday deals. Which is a charm pack and a free metre of fabric. You get 14 different patterns, 3 of each in your charm pack, which is what I made all of these out of, and I did that with a 1/2 metre of bamboo toweling. All of those out of a 1/2 metre of bamboo toweling. And that's it. I'm not going to have to buy any more cotton wool balls. That's it, I'm done. So you could buy that, keep that plain, and get yourself some bamboo toweling. Job done. It's entirely up to you. I just know that these are very, 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 very pretty, and I love them very much. And we've got 3 of those left. Well, we did have when we came to wear, like I say. The biggest seller, actually, in our Friday deals was Dave the Duck. I've replenished him. And the only reason I show him now, I don't know if we have any left, but I did replenish him a few times. So if you are in one of the replenishment sections, you're going to have to wait until these come in. I import these, so you're just going to have to bear with. He folds up. You can adjust the height of him on the table, and then you just hang your bag on that, which is absolutely genius. Someone said they wondered if they could adjust it to put onto their crutches. I don't know. Give it a go. Let me know. But it will clean because it's plastic. And this is the thing. Gemma said, why are we selling something that we haven't made? I said, because if you have made a bag and you didn't put, and we don't always, and you haven't put studs on the bottom, bag feet, then you might not want to put it on a dirty floor or a dusty floor. I had a white dress on from the kids' assembly. I didn't want to put a bag that had been on the floor on my lap or anything like that. So I want to hang it, but I don't want to hang it on a dirty floor. That hangs on the table or the back of a chair. Bing, done. Perfect. Genius. Absolute genius. Thank you ever so much, everybody, for watching. Jane is going to show us how to do these very, very beautiful prairie pin tucks. So you can use them to decorate cushions, bags, everything. But it's the technique. It's all about the technique tomorrow. So do join us at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Take care. Lots of love. Make most of those 3 for 2 on patterns. Like you did on the zips. I'm not sure if actually, have we still got that running on the zip front? We had 3 for 2 on zip pulls over the weekend. I'm not sure if that's been taken down yet. Take a look, because it's 3 for 2 on zip. And the magic happens at checkout. You don't need a code or anything like that. It all just happens in the discounts get taken off. Thank you for watching. We will see you tomorrow. Take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.